Hey yo, what up? Happy Halloween to everybody, man. I want to tell a quick Halloween story, real quick. First off, um, I want to say that my new video is out. It's called Cyclone the Cycles, featuring Diabolic, um, featuring the BOZ man, Shady Villains. That's my crew, Shady Villains. Check out for us. You know what I mean? We got a show with Joel Ortiz coming up January 18th in the Bronx. Come check us out, you know what I mean? Whatever. I'll give you more info on that shit soon, but let me tell y'all a little Halloween story, a little haunted house story. I lived in the haunted house, you know what I mean? Since it's Halloween, I'm gonna talk about that shit. Check it out. So this is what happened. Back in the day when I was like a little kid, I'm talking about really young, really like 7, 8, something like that, you know what I mean? My cousin, he moved to New York. Now, he was making a lot of money. Now, I'm not gonna talk about how he was making his money, because this ain't the time or place to talk about that. That's a whole nother story. I'll 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 talk about that another time on another show or whatever, you know what I mean? But I'm just gonna say this. My cousin came to New York. He took us out of the slums. He took me, my mother, my grandmother, you know what I'm saying? And my whole fam. My siblings, my whole fam, my mother, my grandmother, and my siblings. He took us out the ghetto and he moved us into a big house in Long Island, you know what I mean? Now, he moved us out there, but it did not last long. You know what I'm saying? Because the shit he was doing, you know, when you live in that type of life, it don't last long, you know. We thought it would last forever, but, you know, we didn't know the type of lifestyle he was living at the time. That's a whole nother story, like I said. But anyway, he was making good money. So he moved us out the hood. He moved us to Long Island to a nice house. We lived there for a couple years. Now, the house was nice, but funny shit started happening. Like, when I was, I'm not used to having my own room. I wasn't used to having my own room at those times, because I always shared it with, my family. You know what I'm saying? With like my sister, brothers and sisters and cousins. I used to share it with my family, you know what I mean? I was never used to having my own room, you know what I mean? At that time, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, we grew up sharing rooms. That's just the way it was, you know what I'm saying? And in this house, I had my own room, you know what I mean? I wasn't used to that shit, so shit was scary to me, you know what I mean? So either, you know, I slept with the light on, or, you know what I'm saying, I slept downstairs, either in my grandmother's room or my mother's room, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, all my life I had a, like, you know what I'm saying, I was kind of scared of the unknown, like, you know what I'm saying? So fucking, this is what happened. We decided to play the Ouija board one night. You know what I mean? I don't know why. Some stupid shit. And we played it in my room. You know what I mean? And we turned off the lights, so we started playing, and boom, my closet door blasts open, and wind comes out. And bam, we go flying down the stairs. It's like so many people in my room. We all go flying down the stairs. Anyway. That's just one time. Another time, nobody was in the house. Everybody was out. I was in the driveway skateboarding, you know, because that's what I used to do. I used to skateboard. And I would have been a pro skateboarder but I got into drugs and alcohol, and I started to fuck around the street, and that just stopped my whole, you know what I'm saying, my whole skateboarding career. Just went, forget about that bullshit, you know what I mean? That didn't happen. I started to gain weight, you know what I mean? But that was older, when I was getting older. But anyway, when I was young, I was always skinny, so I used to skateboard a lot. And I'm not fat. I'm not saying I'm fat right now. I'm saying I'll be hitting the gym and shit. But I'm just saying, back then, whatever. That's another story too, but check it. So anyway, I was skateboarding in my driveway. And the house was empty, everybody went out. My mom was like, yeah, we'll be right back. So, while I was skateboarding in the driveway, I saw the shades open up, like if somebody was peeking through and close. And I was like, what the fuck was that? That was some scary shit, boy. Yo. Shit like that never happened to me, you know what I mean? In Queens, never happened. Houses are not haunted in Queens, I'll tell you that much. In Long Island, you got some haunted fucking houses. Houses ain't haunted in Queens or Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Or the Bronx. But in Long Island, them shits be haunted. I don't know what the fuck it is, but there's just something about suburban areas that are fucking haunted. So anyway, so I saw the shades moving. I went inside, check it out. The shade was still moving. I was like, damn, what the fuck was that? So anyway, whatever. I forgot about that. Anyway, another time, I was sleeping in my grandmother's room, cause I did not sleep in my room. After that closet door opened by itself that day, I swear I never slept there by myself again. I went up there to hang out, but I barely slept there. One day I was sleeping with my grandmother, and I'm young. I'm like 8, 9, probably 10. I don't remember, but anyway. And I always used to sleep with the covers over my head, over my face. I always sleep with the covers over my face. My grandmother's, her back is turned. She's sleeping, she's snoring, whatever. And I got the covers over my face, and I hear drawers opening and closing. I'm hearing fucking the door close. I'm hearing footsteps. Drawers keep opening and closing. I'm like, what the fuck is going on out there? You know what I mean? I'm sweating under the fucking sheets. I got fucking sweat dripping all over. I don't want to look. I'm scared like shit because the lights are off. It's dark. It's not my mother. There's nobody in my family. Everybody's sleeping. So I take a look, and there's nobody there. Nobody. Drawers are closed. Fucking nobody. You know what I mean? That's another time. Another time, I was sleeping in my mother's room. And at night, sleeping in my mother's room, my mom woke up screaming. She said that she felt something sitting on her chest. You know what I'm saying? Something sat on her chest. Like she got paralyzed and something sat on her chest. I believe in that shit too. That shit do be happening, man. You know what I mean? Another time, me and my fam was upstairs. I think my sister, my cousins, we were all upstairs, and we were hearing footsteps coming up the stairs. You know what I mean? Footsteps coming up the stairs. And we were we all got shook. We were like, who the fuck's coming downstairs? Because nobody was home. So fucking, we take a look and nobody was there. Nobody was there. So some bullshit happened, and me, my mother, my grandmother, and my siblings, we ended up going back to Queens. We moved back to Queens. My cousin stayed at the house, you know what I mean? My cousin stayed at the house, and he said that he couldn't stay there either because he kept hearing footsteps coming down the stairs because he slept in the basement. So he kept hearing footsteps coming down the stairs, and people kept touching his feet at nighttime. You know, like we could call it a ghost. You know what I mean? A ghost kept touching his feet at night. He kept hearing footsteps. Oh, that's another thing. We always heard footsteps on the second floor. We always heard footsteps. People walking around, all around. There was nobody up there. We used to be watching TV in the living room, right? We used to all be watching TV, watching a movie, and people walking upstairs, like running around and walking. We're like, who's upstairs, man? You know what I'm saying? I mean, my grandma used to be like, that's just crackings of the house is like that. We were like, nah, man, those are footsteps. Those are people walking. Yo, man, I lived in an official haunted house. You know what I'm saying? And I forgot to mention this one time. I saw it one time. I was sleeping on the bed in between my grandmother and my mother. I was sleeping in between them in my grandmother's room, you know what I mean? Because my mom's room had to get carpet put, so her bed was all over the place, you know what I'm saying? So whatever, we all slept in my grandma's room. So what happened was, at nighttime I saw it. It was like a green, yellowish light, and it was in the middle of the room, right at the edge of the bed, staring at me. And I kept tapping my mother and my grandma. I was like, look, you see it? They wouldn't wake up for shit. Only I seen this shit. It was like a greenish, yellowish, like, you know, it was like a person. It was like the, you know, like a form of a person, but it wasn't a person. You know, I didn't see no face. I just saw a body there that was lit up. You know what I mean? And I'll just put the covers over my face and I prayed until the morning. You know what I'm saying? I didn't sleep in that room ever again. I didn't sleep in my grandmother's room ever again after that. But yeah, so anyway, you know what I mean? Eventually, we moved back to Queens. My cousin stayed at the house for like a month longer. You know what I mean? We moved back to Queens because we found out what he was doing. You know what I mean? And shit was getting hot for him. I don't want to tell the story right now. I'll tell it eventually. I mean, it's already out there. It's you know what I'm saying? It's already out there. You know, he's incarcerated right now still. You know what I mean? But it's a long story. I'll tell that another time. But shit was getting hot for him, and we ended up moving back to Queens because we didn't want to get in the middle of nothing. You know what I'm saying? of what he was doing. So he eventually got caught. Not in that house. He moved away from that house. He moved somewhere else in New York. I think he moved to either another spot in Queens or whatever. But eventually he got caught, you know what I mean? And, you know what I'm saying? That's another story, you know what I mean? For real. But anyway, that's my haunted house story, and that shit was real, and that shit was crazy, and you know what I mean? If you got a haunted house story, share it with me, you know what I mean? Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, go check out my new video, Shady Villains, featuring Diabolic and the BOZ man, Cyclone of Psychos. Word up, you know what I mean? I got a lot of shit coming out soon. My nephew, shout out to my nephew, Patino Smoke. He gonna be doing good, dope shit, you know what I mean? For real, man, you know what I'm saying? For real. Check it out. Alright, one.